All right, guys, U.S.
crazy.
home prices insights, September 2023 through July 23 with forecast through July 24. I know everyone that watches wants to know where house price is going. What do we think? What's the data saying? And what's our opinion? This is coming from CORELOGIC, and CORELOGIC's forecast is that our current year-over-year home price appreciation is 2.5%, and their forecast for next year is 3.5%. So, guys, where's the collapse?
Yeah. Again, this is nationally. Everyone's different, right? So if you're looking to purchase a home or anything, just make sure that you're looking in your community, in your area, so that you understand those numbers.
So where's the collapse, Mikey?
There isn't.
So interestingly, right here, it said 11 states saw home prices declines. All were in the West. But since many of those markets have inventory shortages, that trend may be short-lived. And I mean, we're seeing it here in San Diego. Yeah. Prices here in 9191. I mean, houses here in 91914, 91913. Unexisting.
Yeah.
So I feel that therefore the prices are going to continue to go high, and home builders aren't building. So I mean, this is only going to go.
Yeah, Brian. They actually even doubled down on it in the article, and they said, but as there's still an extreme inventory shortage in the Western U.S., home prices in some of those markets should see relatively more upward pressure.
Yep.
So they went in on it twice.
And, you guys know this just as well as I do, but every month I get my HomeBot report from you, and it tells me, and I look at the little graph, and it says for my specific neighborhood, the trough was actually June. So since June, it actually has recovered and gone back up on the chart, and it kind of hit that bottoming out, that local bottom out. But now that's 3 months behind me.
Yeah. I saw the same thing. It was like 1,034,000.
Yeah.
And now yesterday I saw it because I got my own, and it was like 1.2.
Oh, just like that.
Yeah, so maybe I should just keep it longer. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
huddle.
The home price index is interesting because even when you go to that more granular level and you look at kind of segments of the country, whether it's, west, northwest, south, north, you get a little more specific and you drill in. It's positive. Like everywhere you look, there's regions that in general as a whole are still going back up, or not still, let me rephrase that. They had their little tiny pullback and now they are going back up once again. Yeah. And I think that this spells potential trouble when it comes to sales, only because you have mortgage rates increasing, prices holding steady on the high, and now you have people unwilling to sell, which all those things together means prices are where they're at.
Yeah. And here it is, guys. I mean, I love that we all have equity, especially if you're a homeowner. We're always purchasing a property to make sure that in the long run, we can provide this generational wealth and pass it down to our kids or what have you. The fact is that as appreciation continues to go up, there's going to become less affordability. And that's the problem right now. So as happy as I was, like, hey, my HomeBot said $1,034,000 in the beginning of the year, and now it's 1.2. It's also scary to see who can afford that.
Yeah. I mean, and especially at that rate, or not at the rate, but at that price, you're talking about a smaller and smaller pool of buyers. And, a couple shows ago, we talked about how it's harder for people in certain communities to break into those kind of higher cost communities. And at the same time, nationally, and again, this is a national stat, but you have what they call the entry-level home evaporating and not available. And also whatever entry level we want to call it now, by definition, is even more difficult to get from the price point perspective.
Yeah, exactly. So again, everything sounds good, but at the same time, how unfair is it to a first-time home buyer? How fun is it going to be for a millennial?
Yeah.
Hopefully Bitcoin comes around, right?
And that's crazy.
Detour of the day.
If we go back, like on paper, like I was saying, we are making money, but inflation is so damn high that it doesn't matter how much money you're making. It's still going to get ate up by inflation and everything rising. Absolutely. So you're making over $100,000, but that $100,000 isn't the $100,000 that was 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So I think that also puts a strain on high earners as well. They're like, hey, well, I know I make more money, but it's also costing me a lot more, and I still have other stuff in life to take care of. So it's like you're really putting a constraint on spending.
No joke. On the way here to studio today, guys, I passed the gas station I pass every time I come to this way, and 91 octane was $6.57 per gallon. $6.57. And then the next gas station was the exact same price, and it's on the other block on the other side of the street. But there you go. For those of you using 91 in your car, $6.57 as of the recording of this show today. The final thought from me on this housing price topic was, they every month do this home price index top 10 metros change, and this month 4 of the top 10 actually had declines. You had Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Denver, and Phoenix, while the remainder were still in the positive. I think Miami was the surprising point, still had a 9% appreciation. I mean, that's not only top dollar, but that's some massive recovery. San Diego's kind of holding pretty at this 1.3%, a little bit less than their year-over-year current and way less than the projection next year, but still in the positive. So I don't know what that means for you guys, but for me, that kind of stood out that we have 4 of the top 10 that went into negative territory, yet the actual increase is still positive and the projection is still positive.
Well, I'm surprised we're making these reports a lot more often. I'm seeing San Diego come up on reports more and more now. It used to be San Francisco and Los Angeles, but now San Diego's getting thrown in the mix as well.
Yeah. So. Yep. And Phoenix is usually first in a lot of areas when it comes to this metric. I mean, I've been looking at this since 2020 on the monthly, and Phoenix was in the appreciation time frames. They were rapidly appreciating. I mean, at like 13%, 18%, 19% clip. Wow. But San Diego's right behind there in the second position. But now you have Phoenix dipping to this negative 4.2. I'm not inclined to say San Diego's going to see the same fate.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, could we see that following trend coming over to San Diego?
So that's my curiosity. Like when they're going up, they're kind of going up in parallel, but San Diego's always in the number 2 spot. I don't know that San Diego's going to have that same dip for things we always talk about.
And San Diego takes it.
Memo makes this point all the time, and it's a great point, and you're new to the show, you're going to hear me say it before he said it a million times, is we're landlocked on one side because of the water, we're landlocked on the other because of the border, and we're landlocked to the north because we got Camp Pendleton. And you have a ton of military-owned land that we are not going to be able to ever build in. So there is a certain saturation and density here that just kind of comes with our actual territory, and Phoenix doesn't have some of those.
Yeah, unless we have Dubai's money, we could actually build in the ocean, right? The way they do.
And then just watch it all wash away.
There you go.
Look, there goes a house. Hey, I guess you're probably not going to get insurance on that.
Well, maybe that'll be next.
I bet you could get marine insurance for your house if you build it on the water.
Yeah, that's a good one. Marine
insurance.
Yeah.
I may start looking into that.
I'm going to start opening an insurance company and call it Aqua Insurance.
Aqua Insurance, yeah, for your houseboat. It's literally just a house on sand.
I see you guys came prepared with the dad jokes today.
Yeah, that's dad. You have a dad, don't you?
I think so.
Was that a joke?